What's up, guys? So today we're going to be doing another favorites video for the month. What are you doing? So yeah, I'm just gonna let the intro play and we'll get straight into it. You getting yourself comfortable? Alright, so this month, couple of good things happened for me, but we're just gonna get straight into the short list and I'll talk about those things later. So as far as music goes, you quite right there? Getting all cuddly? Go and find your little spot over there and have a nap. As far as music's concerned, I was sort of a little all over the shop. Didn't really listen to any new music. I know a fair few albums came out that I was looking forward to from artists that I like, but I was sort of, I don't know, felt a little nostalgic last month. So I was listening to Against the Current and like Breaking Benjamin and stuff that I used to listen to back when I was in high school, and yeah, so yeah, I don't really have a particular favourite song at the moment. Music for me this month was more or less just sort of having a bit of a trip down memory lane, especially with all the really good new music that's coming out. The song cover that I did for Wrong One by Seth Century was probably the closest we're going to get to a favourite song, if I really think about it. And I do love that song. Yeah. Moving on, board games and video games. I was still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey pretty much all month, and I'm probably going to continue playing it this month too, if we're being completely honest. I'm currently trying to get all the trophies and achievements in the game before I move on to doing Legacy of the First Blade, or even onto a completely different game. I do know that later this month the remastering for Crash Team Racing comes out, which I'm pretty keen for, and while I was in paying off some pre-orders yesterday, I saw that there is a sequel to Ghost Recon's Wildlands coming out, so I'm pretty stoked for that. That comes out 3 days before my birthday, so it's 100% on the wish list for this year. I've also been debating getting myself a Nintendo Switch, considering that Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out later this year as well. So there's that consideration as well. And obviously if I do that, that will heavily impact the resolution that I set myself as far as finance goes. So we're going to deliberate on that for the rest of the month, considering that my Sydney trip is in like 3 weeks. So that's coming up pretty fast. Board games, again, I don't really have a whole heap of people to play board games with. That being said, I will finally be able to playtest one of my games this coming weekend, and I will explain why at the end of the video. books I've been reading, it's just here. One of Us is Lying, by Karen M. McManus, and it's been sitting on my bookshelf for a little while. Like, it's, of the books that are on my shelf, it's one of the newer ones, but it's still just sort of been sitting there for a while, because I bought a whole heap of books being like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna get back into reading, and then never got back into reading. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. I saw that there was a sequel out for it, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick it up. Basically, the premise for it is The Breakfast Club meets a murder mystery, and I was like, that sounds cool. And the way it's written is that each chapter is told through different people's perspectives. So it's a pretty good read. I do recommend it. So that's books. As far as comedy goes, I mean, I watched a lot of Drew Lynch videos on Facebook. I just think he's really funny, so it's probably going to be him. This month it's obviously going to be the Bert Kreischer show that I'm going to. It's going to take precedent considering how much I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, probably Drew Lynch for this month. Television, I've been watching, okay, well, actually, if I proper think about this, I think beginning of the month was the last couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, like ever, and then latter half of the month was all of the Office that I've been watching. So I've sort of got two favourites there. Yeah. Because I was watching The Office on my own, but watching Game of Thrones with other people. So, yeah. And this month I've got a fuck ton of Netflix to catch up on. I think Jessica Jones season 3 comes out, and then that's it for the Marvel Netflix shows. So that's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to that. I've got to catch up on Riverdale, on Sabrina. I still haven't started watching Sabrina yet. But I want to watch those two in conjunction with each other, because I know that they sort of overlap with storylines and stuff. Lucifer season 4, I think it is. Yeah, there's a whole heap of stuff on Netflix that I have to catch up on, because I've been more focused on getting my achievements in Assassin's Creed and watching The Office of late. So yeah. Cinema, John Wick Parabellum, hands down, was the highlight of last month. That movie was so good. Really should have done a review for it, but is what it is. If you haven't watched the first John Wick, obviously I recommend you go and watch that, like, immediately. Like, put this video down and just go and watch that instead. It's far more entertaining than I could possibly be. Then once you've enjoyed that, go and watch John Wick 2, and then if it's still in theatres, go and watch John Wick 3, because honestly, it's worth the effort of watching the first two, so you understand all the little jokes and nods and stuff. But not only that, it was literally action-packed. Like the opening scene is also an action scene, whereas normally it's like, you know, sets up what daily life is supposed to be, whereas this takes place immediately following John Wick 2, and it's just action-packed from the get-go, but they still find the right balance of putting in little comedic moments, and it's so good. And then the actors that are in it are phenomenal, and their performances are great. It really doesn't surprise me that its opening weekend gave it enough box office money to not only have a 4th installment in the John Wick series greenlit, but also have its release date confirmed, which means that they're already working on a script. Like, it's just that good. Go and watch John Wick. Do yourself a favour, please. Next on the list is things that I bought, like shopping and stuff, because people find shopping entertaining, apparently. And I must confess, I'm one of them. Usually it's from Sanity or EB, but everything that I've bought in the last month, I'm just trying to think of what I've spent my money on in the last month. Basically just been paying bills, and by bills I also mean pre-order payments, and buying snacks. So I'd probably have to go with snacks. And in that case, it's probably, I know this is an empty packet, but I have a full one somewhere else. It'll probably be these. They are dark chocolate and sticky raspberry flavour, and they are so good. To begin with, I was like, I'm not usually a huge fan of raspberry, but those Tim Tams quickly changed my mind. They're pretty bloody good. And then the last thing on my list is events. What big events did we have in the last month? I suppose I'll put that and my sport thing together. I got a new personal best on at Parkrun last Saturday, I believe it was. So just under a week ago. So if you don't know what Parkrun is, it's like a fun run sort of thing, and it's usually about 5Ks, I think it is, and I managed to do it in under 25 minutes. So I came in, out of the like 100 and something people that were there just at our local park run, I came in 17th. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that achievement. I definitely think that is worthy of some praise. So yeah. So that's everything for last month. This coming month, I've got a couple of things coming up. So this weekend, and I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog it or not. That is entirely up to other people. And by other people, I hope they're watching, because it is my godson's 3rd birthday this Friday. I unfortunately work from 6 till 2 p.m, but at about 5:30 p.m, I will be catching a train up to Kempsey, so I can spend the weekend with them. I'll be coming back sort of Sunday afternoon, because I work again on Monday. But that's going to be fun. I've literally budgeted everything this week on the sole fact that I'm going to Kempsey this week. And by budgeted, I mean I've even given myself like some spare cash while I'm up there, in case I need to, buy myself lunch or something. So yeah, I'm going to be booking my tickets as soon as I finish this video. Then 2 weeks after that is the Sydney show. That same weekend, Crash Bandicoot comes out, like the Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled or whatever they've called it, comes out. And what are we in? June. And yeah, like I said, there's a whole bunch of other like Netflix shows and movies and stuff, like Dark Phoenix came out this weekend. Next weekend is Men in Black International and Godzilla. Mind, I am referring purely to my own local cinemas release dates for this. And then the weekend after that is Toy Story 4 and the new Child's Play movie. So I just think that that's like really ironic that a horror movie about a toy that comes alive comes out the same weekend as a children's film about toys coming alive. I thought that was pretty funny. And then hopefully some new music as well. Plus, I have pretty much already planned this month's story time. Got to find a bad film review thing to do, because pretty sure I didn't do one last month. Pretty sure it's one of the videos that I ended up forgetting while I was taking my week for mental health. Yeah, should be a pretty good month. And then I'll only have 2 more to go before I can drive again, which is great. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, we're doing it. We're making it through. That's all I've got for this video though, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. That way you are alerted when I upload a new video. You can check out my social medias in the description down below. And until next time, night to A2, I'll check you later.